Hello, this is Kathleen McKee of Olean.com, Machine Embroidery Art.
In this lesson, we're going to create a quick little Christmas project. I'm going to start by obtaining my image from Google Chrome, which is my search engine. You might use another one. But on Google Chrome, they've got a little thing here that says images that I can click on so that when I search for something, it's going to give me nothing but images. And I'm looking for Christmas bulbs. And I've already previewed these bulbs, and I had already selected the ones I was going to use, and that's these here. So I'm going to put them in a folder by clicking and dragging them into my Works and Projects folder. And since I'd already put it there, we just copy and replace. Now we can open up PE Design 10, which in all future lessons I will be using PE Design 10 and not 9 or next, because that's what I use now. So we're going to obtain the image by going to our home tab, or excuse me, our image tab, and that is the icon, the little yellow folder with the flower in it for obtaining images, and I can get it from a file. I have also put mine on my quick access toolbar. So we're going to get the image that we had just where'd it go? There it is, right in front of me. Okay, so now we have it. I want it a little bit bigger than that. And now when you click anywhere outside, it's going to make those handles go away so you don't have to worry about it moving around. I'm going to get my zoom and get close up on this, and we're going to start digitizing this Christmas bulb by doing the blue outside. So we'll go to our shapes, and we're going to use a closed curve tool. So when I click on that, it tells me that this closed curve is going to have a orange colored zigzag on the outside and a red fill. Well, I don't want any zigzag outline on this, so I'll just put not sewn. And on this, I want it to be blue. So we'll start by tracing around the bulb, this blue bulb. And I'm not going to be too exact on this because this is just for demonstration. So we've got a blue bulb. The next part I'm going to work on is this base. I don't want it to be a screw-in copper type. I want it to have a green base because I'm going to connect all these bulbs with a green wire. So I want to use the straight close tool this time, and you can do it two ways. You can click on it under the outline, or if you like to use a keyboard, and I'm all about keyboard shortcuts, it will tell you the shortcut for the straight is the shortcut key Z. So you can push Z, or you can go back and forth on your toolbar. So we're going to okay, and I'm going to select that, and I'm going to change the color to a moss green. Now, for reasons which I'll explain in just a little while, we're going to go back up to the select tool, and I'm going to select the entry exit point tool. And when you click on that, it tells you where the first stitch is going to go in and start, and where the last stitch is going to go out. I want them both to be on the very bottom. A little more. Okay, we'll both put them on that side. Doesn't seem to want to let me. Okay, right on top of each other. They're starting here and it's ending there. The last thing I want to do with this bulb is put that little reflection of light on it. So we're going to do that by going to our Shapes tool again, and we're going to do a manual punch this time. Now it tells me that we don't want that. We want it to be white, so that when we start it. Now you know I always like to start my manual punches with a running stitch, so that the machine will have time to pick up the thread before it starts laying down the satin stitches. This ensures that they won't come unraveled. So when I end my last running stitch, that will be my top, as explained in previous videos. And when I do my second one, after choosing my tool, which is going to be a curved manual punch or shortcut X, that will be my bottom. So we got top, bottom now, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, double click. And that's going to be my light reflection. Now that I have the bulb done, no sense in reinventing the wheel to do all the other bulbs. Let's go ahead and zoom out. I'm going to get my selector tool, click, hold down and drag, and while it's all selected, I'm going to go to the group, pull down and group it. Now I keep this tool on my quick access toolbar because I group things all the time so things won't fall apart when I'm moving elements of a design. So now that this is all grouped, I don't have to worry about it falling apart. So now that we have it all grouped, we're going to go to the Home tab under Duplicate, and we're going to duplicate it. The shortcut for duplicate is you finger on the Control key and pressing the letter D, but we're just going to do 3 more of these with the duplicate key. So this one we want to be orange. Now if we click on it and we click the orange while it's still grouped, look what's going to happen. We don't want that, so we're going to undo that. In order to change just the color of the bulb, we're going to click on just the bulb, and that will be orange. And then this one we want green. We're going to have a nice Christmassy bright green. The other one we want red, and that's a nice bright red. And the blue will keep the same. Now we don't really need this background image, so we're going to go to our, you can go to image and you can do it here, but I have it on my quick access toolbar, but we're just going to turn it off. And now I'm going to start arranging these Christmas bulbs. I'm going to put this one here, and then I'm going to put this one here, this one here, this one here. And then I'm going to arrange them in the position I want by using the rotator tab. Okay, I just about have them all arranged how I want them. Alright, now we're going to get our green cord and have it connect all these little bulbs together. So we'll go back to our shapes, and we are going to use a open curve, as they call it. In other words, when you double click it, it will not join the lines together and fill in. It's just going to be a line. So when we click on that, the last time we used it, it was not sewn, so we have to turn that on. And we're going to use a zigzag stitch. And we don't want that orange color. We want that same color green that is. Now I can look for it here, and I might choose the wrong one, but I know that I've used it before, so it's going to be in my previously used. Like if I click on here, it'll say colors used, so I don't have to try to guess which color I used. I know it was this color here, and it's also under your color tab. So we'll choose that, and that's going to be our zigzag stitch. That's going to be our wire. So we're going to just and then I'll get another one from here. Let's undo that. Let me try it again. And double click. And then I'm going to do another one. Double click. And I'm trying to double click right on top of those scissors you see down there. and I'm going to right on top of there and double click. Okay, and the last thing I want to do is put our monogram, and I just chose a kind of a fancy text that I thought would look pretty, and we'll put a big M there. Push enter. And okay. All right. Now, this looks okay. I mean, I would, if I were doing this, I would change some of that stuff, but this is just for demonstration purposes. And this looks okay, but it's, as you can see when you're in the stitch view, there's lots of little jump stitches everywhere. We don't want that. So what I'm going to do, you can go here and do the optimized sewing order, and it's going to group your colors so that you're not, especially if you have a single needle machine, you won't be changing your threads all the time, but that's still not going to solve the jump stitch problem. And you know me, I hate those jump stitches. So let's undo that, and how we're going to correct this is we're going to grab our first base under the blue, and we're going to drag it down. First we have to open this one up so we can see all the parts, and we're going to put it in front of the first wire. Then we're going to grab our second base. We're going to pull it in front of the second wire. First, second, okay? Then we're going to grab our third base and put it in front of the third wire. And then the last, or the fourth one, we're put in front of the fourth wire. Now look how all those little scissors disappeared, except for the last one. When it's jumps to the M, it's changing colors because it has to cut and trim there. But you got rid of all the other trims there. Now we can go to our optimized thread order, and that way you don't have to switch colors if you're using a single needle machine. It'll do all your whites at the same time, and you've eliminated a lot of jump. And that is why we put those entry exit points right at the bottom, so that when it sews out, okay, you see how it's going to sew everything without, it's going to do that. Let me slow it down just a little bit. Okay, and now it's going to sew that out, the wire, and then it will sew the base without ever trimming or jumping. So this is a quick little design. You can do it to embellish your clothing or whatever. You can make the wires go any way you want. But it's a fun little.
This is Kathleen McKee of Oling.com, Machine Embroidery Art.